Hi guys, well, we are back. There's a bit of a gap there between my last video, but I told you I was going to be inconsistent in timing at first. Hopefully I can get into a rhythm here pretty soon. But yeah, we're back with this eco mermaid, I guess we're going to call her. This is my one lone installation for Mermaid. I literally got her in on the last day of May. I finished her and was able to post, the finished colored drawing, which is quite pitiful. A 30-day thing, get in one mermaid. Well, actually, I got in two mermaids, but the first one was kind of more of like a sketchy doodle, just throwing stuff on paper kind of thing. Um, One of these days, I will definitely get through like a 30-day challenge or something. I really want to go for Inktober this year, but we'll see how that goes. I need to start practicing with my inks first. But anyway, this one was inspired by something that I've been getting into a little more recently in the whole sort of environmental uh, type causes and stuff like that. And I wanted to have, when I did something for Mermaid, I wanted it to be have a purpose, not just, a pretty mermaid. Nothing wrong with pretty mermaids, but, I wanted it to kind of say something. And so I decided to go for this grumpy mermaid who's just really, really mad at humans for throwing all their crap in her home. Because, I mean, let's be real, if mermaids existed, they would probably be pretty mad at us for all the pollution that we make and all the trash that we just throw into the ocean, into their home. Like, they live there. This is sad. Um, but yeah, it's something I've been kind of getting more into recently, and trying to be more mindful of my waste and what I'm throwing away and what I'm consuming and what I'm buying, and just trying to be more conscious of those things. And I don't know if you guys have ever looked into like low waste or zero waste, that whole sort of movement. It's a very, very deep hole, and there is like so much there. In terms of what you can do. And, once you start looking into it, just the amount of waste that we produce on a daily basis, just like absolutely crazy. So, I don't know, over the past couple of years, I've been, taking small steps to try to do better on my part. Easy things like taking reusable bags to the grocery store instead of the plastic bags or something like that. I've been also recently trying to, purchase products like soaps and detergents that are, they're not going to harm the environment when they go down to the drain and eventually end up in the ocean. So, little things like that. If everyone just did little things like that, it would make a big difference. Um, yeah, but anyway, where are we in the drawing? I'm putting freckles all over her. I've been kind of obsessed with freckles lately, literally putting them on most girls that I draw. And I posted a tutorial of this on Instagram that you guys can check out. My Instagram's linked in the description. Um, but it's just, putting down some blush and then going over with some sort of orange marker colors to add the freckles themselves, and then a little bit of colored pencil um, to add some darker freckles, and that's how you do it. And we are getting now to the point in the piece when I was just totally stumped on colors. And you can see all these color studies here. I did so many before I was able to like figure out what I wanted to do with this girl. And initially I was thinking like pastels, like purple, like pastel purple hair. I just wanted to draw a mermaid with pastel purple hair. It was like in my head that that's the color I wanted it to be, but it just wasn't really working, especially with like the theme, the pollution and the dirty, ocean kind of thing. It wasn't really working. It was too, pastel, too pretty kind of thing. And so that had to go down the drain. And then I had it in my mind that I wanted to do a, bright green, like almost, like toxic waste type green, like really, really bright. I was going to use one of my fluorescent Copic marker colors. But again, it just wasn't really working. It was too bright, too just popped like way too much, and I couldn't find any colors that worked very well for the tail or her fins or whatever you call the bottom part of the mermaid that would sort of match with that green. Um, so I scrapped that one too. And eventually I, went back to my little comfort zone and decided to go for complementary colors. And this one is red and green, which can definitely be tricky because those colors are like associated with Christmas, Um, but so what I did with this one, you'll see I did, more of a dusty wine red color for her hair, and then sort of like an earthy green, I guess olivey green type color for the tail. And, if you do that where you're kind of, moving the colors around, but still staying sort of in that zone of complementary colors, you'll avoid looking too Christmassy or whatever those colors are associated with, and you'll still get the effect of those colors, really complementing each other and bringing out each other in the piece. And yeah, so now we're on to the trash. This was something that I had to think about a lot and do a lot of sort of swatches because, the trash is an important part of the piece, but the main focus I wanted to be on her and her little grumpy face there, because that's really the point, that she's mad at us for, ruining her ocean with all of our crap. So for the trash, I had to, really think about how to obviously make it not all the same color, but not too much going on, because there is a lot going on there already with all the different articles of trash that she has in her bag. So what I did is I went with sort of a hodgepodge of grayed out toned colors, if that makes sense. It's sort of grayish greens and grayish purples and grayish blues and a little bit of a dusty red color. So they're all sort of in this sort of dusty gray sort of color scheme. So they all kind of work together, and then it's not too much going on in the trash, in the bag, and it's not going to take away from sort of her face and the grumpiness and the main point of the piece. And as always, all of the colors I used are going to be listed in the description box. There's a lot of colors for this one, but I listed them all out for you guys. So definitely open that up and check it out. All the materials, notebook or sketchbook, pens, everything I used for this is always going to be down there. Alright, we're getting close to the end here, guys, and finally coloring the eyes in just a second. I didn't realize how crazy weird she looked without her eyes colored in until like just watching this back now doing the voiceover. It just like, she looked so creepy. But anyway, speeding through this background bit like hyperspeed, because who wants to watch someone color in a solid background? And anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like seeing drawing videos and stuff, definitely make sure you're following me on Instagram. I have the link for my Instagram down below. I do live streams usually at least once a week, and we'll go for like hours, and it always ends up being super fun because everyone in the chat is just as weird as me. But yeah, here is the eco grumpy mermaid, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!